Hey guys, welcome back to the Warhammer Tacticus, and in today's video we're going to talk about the tier list, so the beloved thing by all of the players. So before we get started, I would simply ask all of the people who are watching this material, because I know this is the highest range of views, to subscribe the channel, to my channel, to make comment, whatever it will contain. Leave a comment like this, like whatever can you do, please make this to slightly support my channel. I'm trying to activate 1000 subscribers in the YouTube, so they can finally start give me some small reward. So of course I mean cash. So but to in order to do that, I have to have 1000 subscribers. Right now I have 500, so I'm in the midway. So if you feel fine with doing that, please do it. I'll be extremely grateful for this little gift from you, I would say. Okay, so going back to the tier list, you might would like to ask me why I did not upload the tier list for the last 3 months, and you are right to give me that question, because I think I should answer for on this question. So, in my opinion, the Snowprint give us one or two characters every month. And of course, in every patch, they try to nerf some characters and they try to buff some characters, but these buffs and nerfs are not that powerful. And after adding one, two, three, four characters to the game, I don't think that this is good to update the tier list every month, because even if I suddenly would say Emospec is the best right now, it will take you 3 or 4 months to make this character actually useful on the game modes which we have right now, because you will need a lot of books of experience, you will need a lot of items to put this character on the Diamond 1 rank. You will need a lot of shards of this character, because for example I have this character on the rare level, let's say. So I need to make it legendary, I need to collect like 300 shards, or yeah, easily 300 shards. And yes, so this is the reason why I didn't upload the tier list for a very long time. But if you want the tier list to be updated more often, let me know. I think we can make the tier list not every 3 months, but we can make it every 2 months, so we can make some uh, compromise. To you feel not satisfied fully, but me either, and we have some some, let's say equality. Okay, so I will talk only about the characters which are new or which has been changed, or which usefulty has been changed since last 4 patches, which we spoke about them in January. So let's get started. I don't want to make the tier list longer than 25-30 minutes, because we in making it every 2 or 3 months, we will keep having new and new characters. So if you want me to talk about every characters every time I record a tier list, it's just pointless. It will take ages for you. So let's get started. The Celestine is still the beast. She's still overpowered character. If you wonder why she's the beast, you can just launch the tier list from the January. You will know why I think that Celestine is #1 in the game right now. So the Alepnul, this character received unfortunately a huge debuff, huge nerf from the Snowprint. So right now only first attack from the summoned scraps make piercing damage type, later it deals energy type. So this is huge difference. You can see it when you play Warhammer Tacticus often. You can see that this difference is huge. Mm, the scrap swarms could be now repaired fully, so this is small buff, and they ignore the terrain traits, so they can ignore the ice, they can ignore the wires, they have the flying trait, so this is small refund which they gave us for nerfing this ability that much. But if you consider it like totally 100, if you would like to be honest with yourselves, can easily say that Alepnul was one of the best characters in the game. He was top 3 character in the game, or maybe top 5, and he was huge damage dealer, and he was beast. And if you played PvP Live Arena, his scraps would copy and deal huge damage and copy. So after all, he is still on a last tier. maybe you can disagree, you can say that right now Rivas is better Xenos than the Alepnul, and I would say that it depends on what game mode you would like to play. So Alepnul is still huge beast on the legendary event, like we have right now with the Janezar, like we had on the Maugan Ra, like we had on this new Tau character. So he is still, I would say, number one mechanical unit on this kind of event because he can still he is mechanical, so he can repair himself or he can repair every other mechanical unit, and he has flying trait and he explodes when he is killed. So sorry guys, but I still think that the Alepnul deserves to be on the S plus tier. Going forward to the Makotep, nothing has been changed. He is still one of the best support characters in the game, so he is on the S plus tier. I don't see the reason why he shouldn't be on the S plus tier. Archimatos, so an Archimatos, a second character which received huge, maybe not huge, but received a nerf, which nerfed the damage of the summoned bloodletters. So it will be, they have still good damage, so you cannot complain. I think that it's even sometimes good that he summon with his ability he covered all hexes around the enemy instead of two, because the two bloodletters was able to kill the enemy, and right now he need to summon six, because it means that you will have more bloodletters on the battlefield, so more of them will take damage instead of your characters. Of course, this debuff mostly hits the guild rates when you summon 7 bloodletters, and this damage is decreased, and this is visible. But come on, he is also so powerful, so broken character that you cannot be mad that they decided to nerf it. I don't like the nerfs, especially when most of you have, boosted some characters, but you do not have stronger chaos character right now in the game. So I think the Archimatos is the S plus tier character, and he will be for a very, very long time. Another character, Eldrion, we already spoke about Eldrion, but he is maybe the reason why they nerf Alepnul and the Archimatos, because with the Eldrion, Archimatos or Alepnul dealt too much damage, so you can keep the same damage or common damage by having Eldrion 2 hexes away from the enemy, and I think this is kind of solution. You can somehow increase your damage from your summons if you do not like the damage they have right now. So the Rivas is I think this is the character of the year. Basically, the Rivas is great character to be played against the Orc Guild Raid boss. You have to just activate his ability before the Gurgots, sorry, no, the Orc boss will summon his guys. So I think after on second turn, you should use this ability. And basically, even if the map will be filled with the Orcs, Rivas will kill all of them one by one, and it make them not attack your units. So the Rivas will be huge. It's the like must-have character, and the Rivas is also great character for the PvP live arena, since many people still doesn't know how to counter his active ability. It's possible, we will talk about it slightly later, but sometimes people know how to do it but forget about it and screw their match, or sometimes they just make a misplay and put their character 2 hexes away, so still in range of the Rivas attacks. So this is why I would recommend upgrading Rivas ASAP. I wouldn't say for the cost of Alepnul if you get token, but I would say upgrade him ASAP, because this character will have huge potential also on the Guild Wars, which will come, I don't know when, but I hope very, very soon. So here we have the Yarick, so the third character who received some nerf. So the Yarick received the smallest nerf, because right now he summons just 2 guardsmen instead of 4, but when the 3 units on the battlefield, summoned or not, will die, he will summon 5 units instead of 4. So he will summon either twice less or 25% more. But right now, the Castellan Creed combo is way more powerful, and it's very worth to have Castellan Creed with the Yarick on the battlefield at the same time. So the Castellan Creed is the character which summon 2 guardsmen, but if in 2 hexes from the Castellan Creed, all of the guardsmen take 1 more turn. So you can summon, you wait until the enemy will kill 3 of your summoned units or not summoned, then you summon 5 guardsmen from Yarik, and then they kill everything with the because five of them when five of them will attack, they basically kill everyone or almost everyone on the battlefield. Then you go with Castellan Crit, you use the ability and you summon two guardsmen, and the five which were just summoned, they will take one more turn again. So you will have 12 attacks, 5 plus 2 plus 5. You have 12 guardsmen who will launch their attack at one round, and you cannot say this is not crazy, so you have to say that Crit deserves S plus tier right now in the game. So the Marneus Calgar is another character which we spoke about previously, so nothing has been changed basically, nothing special, but he is huge damage dealer and he's the great character to clear up the map on the legendary event on the guild raid bosses, so I would hugely recommend to use the Marneus Calgar on and boost him if you have him. As you can see, I do not have the Marneus Calgar, so I'm not able to use his potential, but if you have this guy, don't forget about him, just put a lot of effort to this guy and keep upgrading him. So the last character which we spoke about, and he just get promoted from the A tier to the S plus tier, is Thaddeus Noble. So the Thaddeus Noble for the few reasons is on the S plus tier. So the first reason is that he has one range longer of attacks. So if you fight, for example, Necron guy, and most of the and he will not go out of his bridge, the Thaddeus Noble is one of these characters who can attack from the longer distance. So I would recommend using it because he's huge damage dealer, and his ability on the last round also makes him worth having him in roster. But this ability, as you can see, make hit enemy suppressed. Suppressed enemy cannot overwatch and give some other effects. So if you play PvP Live Arena and you have the Rivas in enemy team, it's just enough to wait one turn to have 100% chance that at least one meteor will hit the Rivas and will make his Overwatch useless. Because when it will be suppressed, even with the defensive drones, he won't be overwatching. So it means that you will be able to take him down for no cost, or takes buff points on the battlefield without cost of being killed. So the Thaddeus Noble just got his time to be on the S plus tier. And speaking of the Gul'Gods, we spoke about this guy. I like the fact that he can use this ability and reach the enemy boss, for example Tyrannid 1, and make my other characters move one spot more in one round. So this is why the Gul'Gods is on the A tier. Isabella, best healer in the game. The Kalandis, best sniper in the game, and Overwatch ability. Kalandis can also take the buff on the live arena, kill your unit or injure your unit and take second buff. So he deserves A tier, being in that A tier. Sorry. And we have right now Shosul. So the Shosul is character who can summon up to 3 drones one by one on the battlefield. And the info which you do not have in the game is that every of these drones, when he's adjacent to the Shosul, has 15% chance of taking damage instead of Shosul. So if you have 2 drones, it's like 100%, I would say, right? So they make a function like a defensive drones, but nowhere this is not written nowhere. So I just saw it on the battlefield when you press these wheels on the battlefield where they are his drones. You can read this note, but here you do not see it, and I think that this sucks that you cannot see this thing. And I like the fact that these drones has huge damage and they can sacrifice for the Shosul, so he can keep summoning the new units. I like the ability which he make that fell down from the sky. So the Shosul is character basically very good for live PvP arenas, or maybe he'll be good on the Guild Wars, but he's not maybe the best choice for the guild raids which we have right now. And of course he's very good to the legendary event which we have right now. So when we have to fight waves of enemies, it's very good character, and I see potential to be in A tier. I'm not upgrading him because I have other characters to upgrade, but I would recommend, if you do not have anyone else to upgrade, you can invest in Shostel. I think it's worth in the long run term. And going for an Upet, it's again character which is not the best on the guild rates, but he's the best on the. He's very good on the legendary event like we have right now. So with Maugan Ra, with Jinzar, and he's very useful on the live PvP arena. If you prefer to be passive opponent, you can take an Upet and you can try your power on the legendary event when you summon six your Necron units. I think it's just good combo. Andrax, we spoke about Andrax. He just get promoted higher because he gets some buff.
Mic off. Mic on.
And Angrax is a very good character. He just receives some buffs, and he's also very good character to be played on the legendary events. This character is also has been played on the live arena. I don't think that this character is worth investing a lot of money, but I think that this character has potential, and Angrax I think deserve on the A tier because he keeps attacking every character which get close to him, which start his turn on the adjacent hex. So I think that the Angrax has potential, and same about Typhus. His active ability deals a lot of DPS, so might be useful on the elite battles. Might be useful on it's not might be it is useful on the legendary event when you have map full of enemies. You use one ability, and then the map is clear. So if maybe this is not the priority to upgrade Typhus, but um, I think this character is worth upgrading. So Rosvita, we talk about Rosvita. She is typical A tier character. She has huge damage against the Psychers, but since we have a lot of new bosses and the new bosses are coming out all the time, the Rosvita is constantly losing her worth on the battlefield. So I think that the A tier is top of the top where she belongs, and right now she's not going to be higher in my opinion. So speaking about new characters, the Maugan Ra is the character which has some nice ability. I see how it works, but I'm not convinced to this character. I mean, we have a lot of but for other good characters, they release a new character, and again you have to begin from zero. So Maugan Ra is a good character. I think that he has huge potential to be very good, but I think that just when there will be Diamond 3 rank, and you will be able to max him out for lower costs, because right now maxing out character from 0 to 45 40 level will take you 3 or 4 months. So before you will see his potential, you will have to invest a lot of time, a lot of items, and this is why I'm not the fan of the new characters. So Maugan Ra is fine, but Rivas eats Maugan Ra easily on the breakfast. And Helbracht, same case to the Helbracht, that since we have less Psychers enemies on the guild rates, his usefulty is lower. So mm, I wouldn't recommend you any longer to grind him. If you, I think you can if you I do realize that I grind just one character, other I and Anopet and Celestine. So this one I got from the pool, and this one and this one. So I can, if you would have to make a choice to grind the Kalgar or the Helbracht, take Kalgar. Do not hesitate. Kalgar is way better right now than the Helbracht. And Bellator, he just received some buffs, so right now he is very tough. He's armored very well, and he kills the swarms of Alep Null. And since the Alep Null swarm is not that powerful as it used to be, the Bellator became actually the A tier character. Mm, I saw that the guy beat me on the live PvP arena with one Bellator and 3 summoned Bellators, let's say, Inceptors, and I had 3 characters, and he managed to kill me. So Bellator is huge beast, and this is guy who has huge potential. Mm, maybe if it had some higher damage or something, uh, it could be used better. Let me know. Just let's reply to my friend. And yes, so we are going to the cast this tier. This is B tier. Morwen, we spoke about Morwen. She's useful on certain situations. I like the range of her attacks. I like the active ability on the legendary event. She clears the like 10 units at one shot. Because if you include the guardsmen who flee, it's just huge. It's just huge. Harken and the Abaddon received some buffs recently, but this character still has nothing special. So until they will be not stronger, especially Abaddon, which sorry, but this is the guy who claimed the throne after the Horus failed the siege of Terra. So the Abaddon is the biggest badass because he's equal to the Primarchs. So he's leading the Legion as a captain and not as a Primarch. So I really think that making Abaddon mm, making me put Abaddon in the B tier is just a heresy. So I really think that they will put some buffs to this guy because he deserves it. He should be one of the best melee characters in the game, and he is very decent. Mm, I don't know. Maybe they will put some more potential, but right now he's typical A tier. Aitana, I don't know if we spoke about Aitana last time. I think we might, but I'm not sure. So Aitana is flying character which uh, very mobile character which has some nice ability, so she can in one line strike a lot of enemies and take them down. Second ability is that friendly units within 2 hits deal plus 27 damage and their crit chance if they have one is increased by 70%. Elder units deal also extra 20 damage. So this ability makes Aitana worth upgrading. So this ability is like the Eldrin ability, but I think that one unit with this kind of ability, so Eldron, is enough, and especially that the Aitana fights in melee. So if she fights in melee, it means that so either she stays away, either she fights. If she stays away, uh, other units will fight and make extra damage, or you can use her at the last part in the fight, but I still think that Aitana is not that good in the game right now. She has potential, but I prefer to upgrade the Eldrion, the Rivas, the Alepnul, so we already have 3 Xenos characters. We cannot upgrade more at the same time because that will be just pointless. Going forward, we have Onshi. So the Onshi is seems to be huge beast. These bonuses are so cool, and I like them. But uh, the if you take a look on the characters in the Warhammer Tacticus, you will see that every faction has like one diamond guy, right? So Tau has Rivas, Templars has nothing, okay. Dari has Eldrion, the Ultramarines maybe Calgar, the Orc Gulgurts, the Death Guard has Corodus or Typhus, whatever. The Black Legion has Archimatos, Astra Militarium, Yarrick, and so on and so on. Okay, so uh, if you would have to decide, so the Tau is the faction which requires to upgrade all of the faction to take some benefits from it. So maybe like some of Eldari. So I do not see the reason why they want us to upgrade full Tau Empire. I do realize that it would be powerful, but right now the Tau doesn't even have their own campaign. So there are many ways to spend your energy better than for the Tau units, and this is why I do not believe in Aunshi, and this is why I do not believe in Tau units. So the Dark Strider is very decent in my opinion. The Aunshi is very powerful, but this affects most of the Tau Empire units, so Anshi has to wait for. Maybe I will change my mind. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm just saying that you have other priorities more important than the Anshi right now and than the Dark Strider. So we talk about Volk. We have one more character from the Eldari faction. So this is Janezar. Mm, Janezar is very decent in my opinion. So he's invisible, so he does not trigger Overwatch. Adjacent enemy units deal minus 8 damage and have 1 hit less. Okay, this is kind of nice debuff, but the enemies in the guild raids are mostly resistance to any kind of debuffs. So I do not know if this is working or not. This ability is decent, so I do not see why the Janzar is should be higher than on the B tier. Maybe he will be lower, but I think there is hidden potential in this guy, but I don't know where is it right now. So we talk about Vindicta, we talk about Corodius, we talk about Brother Butchered, we talk about Brother Ancient Torhead, we talked about the Varatigurius, we talk about Snotloga. I do realize that he summoned the peons and these peons can multiply, but I do not see anyone who's using Snotloga. I think there are common situation as Daytona. I think there are more characters worth upgrading more than this Snotloga. So then we have Tertus, decent sniper character, brother Jagger. So I like the issue that he attack every mm, character in melee before it attacks him. I like this, but I'm still not, and that he can provoke enemy so he cannot move away from him. But still, nothing special, to be honest, nothing special, and it deserves the B tier. Snapreka, B tier, range unit, we talk about this guy. Kotskoden, nothing special. Giba Scraps, nothing special. And Ulf. And Ulf, this is the one character which I thought before that it keeps attacking every unit who moves or is summoned adjacent to Ulf. I thought this is not summon unit, it's just every unit. And since it is a summoned unit, this deserves to be B tier and not A tier. Anyway, I think that the Ulf is a good character for the legendary events and might be used to the live PvP arena. I saw people use this guy, and I have to say that this character has potential, but right now I don't know. This is definitely not S plus tier character. This might be B tier or maybe A tier. This is between. So let's say if any other creator will put him higher, let him be. If he will put him lower, let him be. This character is cool. This is new. This is fresh. But so far, uh, yeah, B tier is just enough. So the Space Marines tier, the Inchus got promoted, I guess, from the D tier only because he can be used on the Eldari quest walkthroughs on the Eldari quests. So we had Aitana Eldion quest, and we could use the Inchus and we could use Ultramarines to support Eldari units. So this is why the Inchus is right now on the C tier. No further reasons. He still sucks. You can hate this guy. He's just useless. And another guy we can see. Maybe I just put some wrong things. Emospec. Okay, this guy can overwatch like Rivas, and still it can overwatch only up to 2 range, but he cannot summon the defensive drones, and he is not that tough like Rivas. So, and whenever a unit comes in melee to him, his overwatch is not working. So from all of these reasons, he's on the C tier instead of A or S tier. Sibyl Divine can be useful on the PvP live arena, giving infiltrate function to the units, but it's way better to negate the overwatch with Thaddeus than giving with Sibyl Divine infiltrate, so it won't trigger infiltrate. It's like counterplay of counterplay instead of countering the good character. And we go to the D tier, so Pestilian, Nassau's Rodbone, Maladus, Tank Masha, Tatmos, and the guy with hammer, so the Brother Godswill. These characters totally suck in the game. Maybe you can use sometimes Maladus so we can put him on the C tier, but these guys suck so hard that it's not even worth spelling any further words, because like I have the feeling that the Dev Guard and Black Templars were just added to this game just to be added, and nobody thought longer than 5 minutes about these characters, including the outlook. So they look nice, but they still suck. So I think this is all I have to say. I just suddenly discovered that I can promote him to the epic, so this is fine. So guys, once again, this is the end of tier list for today. I would like to ask you one more time that if you like this tier list, Please let me know in the comments if you agree, if you disagree, what do you think, and if you can subscribe this channel, it will be huge support for me. So I surely will do something if I receive 1000 subscribers. I will contact with the Snowprint and maybe try to make some giveaways with some codes. I don't know. This is all in further plans. I'm going to the Warhammer Fest on Thursday, so I'm going with my friend to the Manchester, and I'm going to meet with the community manager. So Rat, yes, of course, we'll meet her, and maybe we can speak about some future content in the game. So right now, this is over. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I'm going to add today also the play from the legendary event, and I'm going to upload tomorrow the last day of PvP Live Arena if you are interested. So I would like to, if you want to be updated, leave a subscribe, and it will be huge support for me, which I would be very thankful. Uh, and actually, that's it. No more words. So hope you enjoyed this video list, and see you next time. Bye, guys.